Hello there, welcome on board the van for the drive along here in Guernsey in the Channel Islands. We are currently at the parish called Forest, and we are heading down to the other parish called Cattel. So we are inland today, and we sort of end up around the middle of the island roughly. So if you're new to the channel, this channel is all about what it's like to live on the island of Guernsey. If you're interested in that sort of thing, think about subscribing. And if you do like this video, you can let me know by hitting the thumbs up button. That'd be great. So how are we all doing? Got the dash cam mounted, and we're recording all the goings on here in Guernsey. So we've done a lot of coastal drives lately, a lot of north end drives. So we are doing a bit different today. So you won't see the sea today, but you're going to see some different sights. So let's crack on with the video. So at the moment we are currently, if you just look to the left over the top of that grass mound, you see that little roof, that's Guernsey Airport. So we're just passing it now. The entrance to the airport is just on the left here. So if you're going to the airport, you'd hang a left. Obviously we're not. So if you ever hired a car from Guernsey, you probably would have driven out of here and possibly driven this way. That big cream building in front of you is called the Happy Landings pub, and we've got a shop turn to the left. Just to the left here, just in that car park, is Forest Road Stores. Let me know if you've ever been there. It's really popular here in Guernsey. They do some really nice food, very fresh food. They've got really good butchers there as well. Been there for a long time. If you lived around this part of the island, you probably would have been there. Very popular little place, very busy. So heading on down to the parish of the Cattel. Just passing the Deerhound pub on the right. So I hope everyone's doing well. Let me know where you're watching this video from. I always like to know. And also let me know how different the roads are compared to where you live. This is very typical of Guernsey roads. They get slightly bigger than this on the coast road, but not a lot. So we're heading down to what's called the Shane, or the Shane traffic lights. So there's a few options here. You can go left or right or straight on. I'm going to go straight on, and we're going to head on towards Forest Road. So Forest Road, quite a straight road, really. It's one of those roads where if you wanted to, you get quite a lot of speed up. However, be sure there will be a police officer at the end of the road with a radar gun catching you. That's the problem. So along here we've got Forest Road Garage, which has been here a long time. Just actually thinking about it, years ago, I mean, I'm talking, God, I don't know, 20, 25 years ago, in the field just to the right, can you see that house on the right? You see the gable? It's like cream coloured, just the first one on the right there. I think that was the house. I could be wrong, or it's very round here, that a plane crashed into years ago. I think you're probably looking at 25 years ago, so I remember it. It was, I think it wasn't carrying passengers, it was a cargo plane, and it quite didn't make the airport, and it crashed in the field. And there was remember all the police, fire brigade, all the emergency services there. So we've got the water tower on the left. Let me know if anyone remembers about that plane crash. It's just come to me then, actually. As I do these videos, as I'm talking, I get these memories flash up that I haven't sort of remembered for years. It just brings up all my memories when I'm doing these talk alongs. bit of therapy for me. Alright, good. Following it around. So you can see there's a few speed signs and warning signs. You'll know if you've watched my channel before, the maximum speed limit is 35 miles per hour here in Guernsey. Then obviously from then it drops down to different speed zones. There's 25s, 20s, 15s, 10s in some places. This house, this corner just whips out. Can you see that? Careful of missing that one. We've got quite a few hire cars on the island, so visitors are back. Quite a few English registrations as well, and different, obviously different apart from English. We've got other countries visiting, so it's great to see. So we're to the traffic lights. So we are in parish of St Martin's at the moment, and we're unable to go straight on because the Rue Maze or the Rue Mar is closed. So we've got to go left. There's big jam ups here. When I was coming the other way earlier on in the week, because that road's closed as usual, huge jam ups. So you can see we have pavement on the left for pedestrians. Not a lot of room, and as you'll see later on in the video, I go through some quite tight lanes, and I'm in my van and it gets quite tight. So we've got learner cars as well in Guernsey. Someone commented on my last video and asked, can you learn to drive in Guernsey? Yes, you can. It's I'm pretty sure in saying it's the same standard as a UK driving test. However, obviously we haven't got A roads and motorways and stuff like that, and I think, you know, some of the roundabouts are a bit more complicated in the UK. They're closer together and stuff, mini roundabouts. But as far as like the standard is, like the basic driving, if you know what I mean, it's the same. So it gets quite tight round here. So we've got driving schools in Guernsey. You can learn in manuals or automatics. And actually, interestingly, in Guernsey, to be a driving instructor, you don't have to actually be qualified as a driving instructor. As long as you hold a driving license, you can set up a driving school, which may surprise you. So anyone can do it if you're brave enough. Now this is a tight road. You'll see down here, I've got to pull in a few times. On my van I've got power fold wing mirrors, which means the wing mirrors, I press a button and the wing mirrors fold in, and I'm telling you, it has saved my mirrors many a time. It's the best feature I've ever used on my van. That and air conditioning, I tell you what, they're great. I'll let this car go. So this is a really small road. I think I've driven down here a few times, my drive-alongs, and you regularly see wing mirrors in the road, like the covers and the glass, where people have just smashed into each other. Yeah, you can see it's quite tight. And if two vans meet or two big vehicles, obviously it's even tighter. So you can't be too what's the word? You can't be just daydreaming when you're driving down here. You've got to keep your eyes open and concentrate. So the speed I drive on these drive-alongs, I very rarely get up to the speed limit. I probably drive at a steady, I think I probably drive between 25 and 30 miles per hour on these drive-alongs. Mainly because if you drive too fast, it doesn't come out well on the footage. It seems to look even faster on the video. So I'm actually driving slower than it tends to look on the video. It speeds it up slightly. Guernsey Dairy on the right. So we've got traffic lights. That building in front of this car straight across the road, see it? The white one, the high one. That used to be a pub. It was called the Hangman's Inn. And I sort of didn't really realise it had changed, but it's a funeral director now. So, bit of a change. Nice little houses on the right there, look. At the time of recording, we just saw coming out of a heat wave, really. It's a lot cooler today, it's about 25 degrees. And for the previous few days, actually yesterday, we had 35 degrees, which, depending where you live, may not sound a lot, or it might sound a lot, but for Guernsey, that's extremely high. It nearly broke the record for the heat in Guernsey. But of course, we're not really kitted out for the heat because we don't get it that much. So I don't think many people have air conditioning fitted in their houses in Guernsey, purely because it's just not needed because of the weather. So when we do get hot weather, it sort of catches us off guard, I suppose. But it didn't last for too long. Bit uncomfortable in the evenings trying to sleep in the heat. Well, I find that anyway. Some people it didn't bother them. So obviously you can hire cars in Guernsey. Hire them from the airport. All different types, all different sizes. Or some people bring their car over on the ferry from various places. Obviously you can come from France or UK or even Jersey, I suppose. Or any other places that you can get a ferry to. You can see we've got a bit of a breeze today. Cools you down, doesn't it? Then we're going to follow the road round to the right. It tells you to slow down here because this is quite a tight area as well. So we're heading towards Catel Church. So we're in the parish of Catel. So we're heading north. There's a sign there saying the traffic lights are coming up. So there's a 4-cross here, you can go left, right or straight. And just heading up to the traffic lights, they're red. And I'm going to leave the video there today. As usual, thanks for watching. Click the screen to watch the next video. And don't forget to subscribe. See you next time.